Are you having a good day? How about now?
Well, it's already November, and the summer decided to decimate all my plans to explore all the places I wanted to go. After I rebuilt the engine on the Adventure Mobile, the transmission decided it wanted my attention as well. Then, not wanting to be left out, the differential decided to join the party, which wiped out all my life savings, which meant I was poor again, and my diet was going to be instant noodles. If you have seen my other videos and are wondering why I'm talking in a funny accent, maybe I'm just tired, or maybe I'm just weird that way. You might say, dude, that truck is 30 years old, just get a new vehicle. To that I say, never. Why spend tens of thousands of dollars on something that is full of unnecessary features and is a pain in the you-know-what to fix and maintain? Call me old school, but I don't need a car to tell me what the temperature of my buttocks is. And for less than $2,500, I have a truck that, mechanically speaking, is now brand new. When it finally looked like I could go out and explore the places I was planning to go, a hurricane caused historic flooding, and the bridges that I had to cross were no longer there. That's just the way life goes. Life happens, and you get more life. But now, it's time to put aside past problems and get out and enjoy the autumn colors. And what better way to do that than by kayak?
It's not sea foam, it's lake foam. Yeah.
There are islands over that way. Maybe we should go see them. I could get there faster, but I'm constantly distracted by interesting things, like these large underwater jelly blobs. I think they are alien in origin.
There's a huge amount of egg clusters. See how closer we can get before we go crossing over. Things are deceptively far when you're in a kayak. Don't have no motor pushing you along. You know what the definition of a motorboat is? The hole in the water you keep throwing your money into. Ew. It's like a giant tongue sticking from the branch of a tree. Gotta hurry up and get to that good spot before somebody steals all my bass.
I had narrowly escaped death by several hundred feet and made landfall on the first island. There's not much on this island. During summer lake levels, it is covered with water. Between summer and winter, the water level can vary by about 25 feet because South Holston Lake is man-made. It is the most northeastern lake in a chain of dams built by the Tennessee Valley Authority and was constructed mainly for flood control and power generation. The first reason being the one to explain why the lake is lower in winter, so that there is enough space in the lake so that when spring rains come, the dam is not overflowed. That would be a bad thing.
Well, there's not a lot here. And I have to survive here for the next 60 days.
On the next island, I approached in stealth mode. Not because there might be dangerous predators around, but only because stealth mode sounds cool. This little spit of land was pretty much like the first, with the exception of a few trees, which you can see the water line on. All this place had to offer was a random tire and the tiniest bit of beach sand. There was also what I first thought was some kind of red rock, but turned out to be a big pile of clay, and for some reason, I kept thinking it looked like a dinosaur turd. The best discovery by far was all the small flat stones, which meant I had to make sure no one was around. I didn't want my secret awesome skipping technique stolen. But enough goofing around. I am a serious man, with serious things to show you. Like this flock of waterfowl that got my attention. At first I thought they were ducks, but as I got closer, I knew they weren't. They were black with bright white bills, so I thought they might be American coots. I tried to get closer, but they kept their distance, probably because they knew I was hungry and was wondering how they tasted. On to the next island, as soon as this boat goes by. This is known as Cliff Island, and is the top of a ridge that sat between a bend in a river that once flowed here. It is made mainly of shale, which is a type of rock that is formed from layers of sediment. See, you can see all the layers. This looks like the only spot to easily park the kayak, and I need to, because I'm really hungry. Sitting in the water, having a snack while counting boats, is something everyone should try. Now, I will give you the grand tour.
Oh, the goose crab.
This island is not very wide, but it has some good views. I think I'll list it on the Airbnb and BB.
When you're trying to climb up these slippery shale faces, do not grab the bushes. Because they have nice pricklies on them. And look at that nice separation getting ready to go at some point. This is the highest point that people jump from. Yes, people jump. Okay, you ready? Here we don't go. There's the walkway to get back up. Yeah, and this is pretty much all shale rock, so overhangs are not good to stand on. And of course, somebody's put a handy rope there. Yes. Then you've got your wall of names, of course, scratched into the rocks. More boats. And from this point down, it's about 260 feet to the old riverbed. Holston River used to run right along this cliff face.
I need to interrupt myself to correct myself. I don't know why I said what I said. It is 160 feet to the river channel, as you can clearly see here. You can also see how the river flowed on both sides. I tried to make a side view, but after an hour of working on it, I only managed this. Probably because I'm not good with technology. So, in 2 minutes, I used my awesome artistic skills with a pencil and made this. Take that, technology.
I've seen people scuba diving down to 130 feet or so here. I scuba dived here once, but only went down to 40 feet. Yeah, it's deep. Oh, the wonderful shale. Sploosh. Try another one. If we can get it hit flat, it'll go slower. Last one. Into the depths it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows. Ooh. Yeah, these shale rocks can be pretty doggone sharp too. And I have gotten a piece of shale in my booty. Not my booty, my shoe, which are not the right footwear for this stuff.
I will let you take a moment to enjoy the view, while I just play around with rocks.
Well, it broke apart.
Time to leave the cursed island and head back somewhere over that way, wherever my truck might be. All I had to do was remember which way I came from. Here, I have 3 choices, and each of those might have 2 or 3 more choices. So, it's a bit of a gamble, but probably not. I had actually intended on making a joke about getting lost in all these coves, but here at this point, I really am wondering where I am. I guess the joke is on me. Wherever this is, it's eerily silent and quite beautiful. Turns out this is where I started from, but I made an error in starting from here. The only place to park was 60 feet above the lake level, on a steep hill. Who would have thought that a steep hill covered with slippery leaves would make it difficult to drag a kayak up it? Thank you for watching, and don't forget to hit that like, where I will find you, and do nothing.